hello, my beautiful YouTube family, my fellow renegade. Welcome to the E portion of T.E.L.L Joanne. I am your girl, Joanne. Guys, I hope you are enjoying the week of Ren that we have going on. Guys, we are playing, I am listening to the songs that you guys have recommended. Like I said in previous videos, you guys came hard. You showed your girl so much love. I truly appreciate you. And now I have my list. I'm going down. I'm gonna start with a week of Ren, and then we're gonna continue. So for the next few days, we are going to be listening to Ren Money Game. I'm going to do one every day, the first, the second, and the third. And I'm going to watch the video, and you guys are going to see my reaction. And on the third video, just like I did previous, is when I'm going to try to break down all three videos, because I want to see how everything lines up before I start doing all the extra talking in the end, all right? So with that said, this is going to be the same intro for all three videos. And let's do our cheer. If you are part of the family, aka you ready to subscribe, then you know what we're about to do. But if you're new to the channel, this is when I say hello, hello, hello. Now put me on pause, we'll get to some of beverage of choice. Hit that subscribe button so that you can become part of this amazing community. And on the count of three, we're gonna do a cheer. You ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, guys, let's start the videos up now. Okay, Ren Money Game Part 3. All right, let's go. And their head tied up, this one with their shoes. Just cogs, right? One get off, another one come on. Finally taking the noose off to see his face, huh?
You a story about a boy named Jimmy. 1 year old and his first words were mine, mine, gimme. 2 years old he was walking, 3 years old walking quickly. 4 years old he was running round the pavements of his city. 5 years old and his daddy told him, listen here son, you gotta learn to be a man he works for what he wants. 6 years old and he's reading, writing, top of the bunch. And when he's 7, his progression made him student number 1. 8 years old and he's praised for unusual grades. 9, his parents paid for private school to nurture the flame. 10, 11, 12, 13, he ascends and ascends. His daddy tells him, son, money is the means to all ends. 14, solving complex mathematical equations. At 15, IQ 150, still elevating. 16, he develops complex software code that detects weaknesses in cybersecurity protocols. 17, and he sells his vision, keeping the share. Not yet an adult, but he's practically a millionaire. 18, and his daddy tells him, now you're a man, this world don't give a damn. damn about you, so take all that you can. 19, he turns a profit, stocks and shares, invest in product. 20, double down deposits. 21, his income rockets. 22, he learns the truth is just an obstacle to wealth. If you manipulate the data, then the lie will sell itself. 23, a life of luxury, crystal and cocaine. 24, he makes the Forbes list, they're applauding his name. 25, and his daddy tells him, listen here son, while you're sitting in that palace, that don't mean that you won. 26, a business shift, he switches business to arms. He's 27, dealing nuclear and shells in Iran. 28, inside the Senate, money bought him a seat. He's 29, a role of counsel in the president's suite. Now he's 30, his daddy says you're losing the race, you're just a servant to the king, not even in second place. 31, a big maneuver for his daddy's approval, moving imports over borders from the exports out of Cuba. 32, moving grams, growing kilos to tons. He's 33, filling warehouses with powder and guns. 34, turf war with nobody to stop it, blind eye from the po-po inside of his pocket.
Is that true?
35, he gets the call. I'm sorry son, but it's your father, had a heart attack, I'm sorry, he's gone. 36, getting pissed off, abusing his product. 37, eyes glazed, disposition demonic. 38, with a prostitute, a moment of passion, heating up a silver spoon and then chasing the dragon. 39, getting reckless and hungry for power, daddy's words are still driving him to kill and devour. Makes a move against the cartel, but the strategy's flawed. They retaliate and leave him in a hospital ward. A bullet buried in his vertebra and one in his leg. The doctor sighs and says, I don't think you'll be walking again. Fuck.
How life turns. Is that gonna get him to turn his life around?
Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. He was 40 and he cursed the words mine, mine, gimme. 41 he wasn't walking, 42 not walking quickly, 43 never running round the pavements of his city, 44 inside a palace with a mountain of gold. But those riches turn to rubble when perspective evolves. Weighing heavy on his conscience is the value of gold. Lamborghini for a life, trading money for souls. Jimmy followed the code inside the land of the free. Put your hand inside the cookie jar, take more than you need. And his example is exaggerated versions of me, and it's a version of him, and it's a version of she, and it's a version of you. There's no escaping the blame. The way we live is parasitic. Fuck the money and fame. Call the music. This isn't entertainment, this is real life. The way we live is lunacy, community, it declines.
Facts.
Hyperpolarized, always fighting, then we divide. Truth is less important than the money that we designed. Money's an invention, politics from our invention. They all come from people's ideas. Did I mention? Border's an invention, law and order fuel the tension. It leads to people killing each other.
Separated.
My solution?
Right? Hatred is an invention. Racism, all the isms. Meant to keep us separated and weak.
Everything is subject to change. We could build utopias if individuals were taught to use their brains. But if we teach kids in schools to always be sheep and put themselves before the herd if there's more money for me,
Right?
then there's no future I see where the humans survive. We're parasites inside a petri dish with cannibal minds. Mold will grow upon the surface and consume till it dies. And our fate could be the same without this story to the wise.
Speak the truth. Is that the gasoline falling or is that water?
45. Jimmy comes home out of the rain, soaking wet upon a wheelchair, drinking again. He is everything he wants, he is fortune and fame. He's a fortunate fool with an unfortunate fate. With a 45 caliber aimed at his brain. 45 a fitting number cause his age is the same. Here's the words of his father, it's such a damn shame. Then he presses on the trigger of a money game.
Damn. Money buys object, but it does not buy happiness. It does not buy love. You can get yourself a prostitute, but it's not going to be love. Oh my goodness, guys. Woo! Like I said, this one felt different from the very beginning. You guys stayed with me to Money Game 1, 2, and 3. And I told you guys at the end, I'm going to go through my notes and just kind of break everything down. Like, Ren is just a freaking genius. He is a genius. He is a genius. I know I had asked maybe in other videos. Comment below. And maybe if you commented and I didn't see it yet, has he acted? Because he's like a freaking actor as well. So he's a musician, he's an actor, like he's a poet, like he's a philosopher, like he everything, guys. He's everything. He's everything. He is absolutely amazing. All right, so from what I gather, guys, I know you guys been writing the comments. I truly appreciate the comments, the love, and you guys keeping your girl educated. So the first one. Whew, that first video was crazy. So that's when, whew, my goodness, my goodness, my goodness, money game, money game, money game. So the whole point of all the videos, like he's talking about capitalism, he's talking about greed, he's talking about community and how we treat each other like crap. He's talking about how we can blame others, but we're never gonna turn around and look at ourselves, right? He's talking about all of those things, right? And then that guy with a mask or girl, whoever he put in the with the mat with the mask, the bag over the head, right? I feel like it's like representing society, right? Just how we have our blinders on. We are blind. We don't even know what's going on, and we just being controlled, which there goes the noose on the guy's head, right? We are just being controlled. We're being told information, and we just swallow it up without even following facts or anything. We're just swallowing it up like, Anywho, so that's what I got for the first one, right? And then he's just saying, like, again, because we're just being controlled, like, we need to turn around, take a time, look at ourselves, take a look at ourselves. But at the end of the day, we live in a society and we are letting greed overpower every single thing, right? So, whew, that was crazy. So the second one, I felt like he was talking more like in the bigger part of the system, not just the individual, not just the us, right? The cause that's being led to things, but he was also talking about like politics, the big boys, right? The one who's doing some of the writings, right? And just talking about how like how they get us to be where we are, right? How the government, you know, the 1%, the 10%, however it is, what they do with resources, right? They go and they take resources and they, because there's enough food, y'all. There's enough food to feed everyone. There's enough food. Like I remember during Corona, and while we were all inside with the lockdown, and I would watch in the news, and they would show you like farms where the farmers are throwing so much vegetation away, so much away. And I'm just like, you know, people are starving and they could eat those things, but no, they're not going to eat it because they got to write it off, right? So they rather, there it goes again, they rather get the money, write it off, than to feed these people. These vegetation, you had potatoes, you had carrots, you had all of these things, and they didn't need to go to waste. But guess what? If we try to give it away, we're not going to get money. So if we burn it, then the government is going to give us some money. So it's crazy. Anyway, so that second thing, like I said, the second part, I felt like he was talking about how the government is just like monopolizing things and taking resources, hiding it so things can become more scarce. That's what I got from it. Comment below and let me know if I am off. And then this third one right here, I feel like he brought, which is funny because I feel like he brought it to the individual level, right? He's talking about Jimmy. He talked about Jimmy's story and how Jimmy grew up. And it's so crazy because the truth is, whether we realize it or not, we are programmed to do the same thing, right? We have our kids. Yes, kids, especially now. Like I look at my kids and I'm just like, damn, I wasn't like that when I was young. If I'm like, mommy, give me, I get smacked. But then again, it was a whole different generation, and our parents had anger issues, right? So, but right now it's like you see these kids are like, give me, and they expect everything. They expect everything, and it's like that's where the kids is, right? They feel entitled. But then you also have parents, which again, because this is the society that we live in, we're taught that you have to work hard because you have to make money, you have to be rich. You're nobody unless you make money. You're nobody unless you have a high status, right? So we instill that in our kids. And it's like you hear Jimmy, dad instill that in his kid. Like, Jimmy, you have to be great. So society will look at it and be like, yeah, man, Jimmy's a straight A student. Jimmy's doing this, Jimmy's doing that. But was dad instilling love in Jimmy, right? Was he saying, Jimmy, yes, you're doing this, but I love you. Yes, Jimmy, you're doing that, but don't forget to give to the homeless. Yes, Jimmy, you're doing this and that, but don't forget to have empathy and care about other people, right? So he wasn't doing that. He was just saying, Jimmy, you got to be the best. You got to be the best. You got to be the best. And poor Jimmy, he was the best, right? He did exactly what his dad told him to do. He became the top of his class. And you know what? Sometimes when you become the best and the best and the best, and you don't have empathy, you don't have love, you don't have a moral compass, when you get to the top, it's never enough. It's never enough. You just want more, you want more, you want more. And poor Jimmy, he got to the top. And then his dad died, but guess what? The dad's voice still stayed in his head. This is where I like to call the institutionalized, right? And it's like it stays in his head, whether dad is there or not. The voice continues to happen, and Jimmy continues to live his life that way. And what happened? Jimmy made a stupid move, right? He got too arrogant, made a stupid move, got shot, in a wheelchair. Things go down, and now what? Jimmy is 45 years. Man, yo, Ren is so freaking fly, right? 45 years old with a 45, getting ready to end his life because what happened? All I did was make money, make money, make money. But what is that worth? What is that worth? You know what I mean? Did that bring me happiness? Did that bring me love? Did that bring me a family who cares about me? No. You know what I mean? So, y'all, I hope it doesn't seem like I'm preaching. I don't mean to be preaching, but holy sugar, part one, two, and three was pretty freaking epic. Once again, Ran is the bomb. He's the bomb. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed the videos again that we had that you've seen, and of course the videos that are coming through. So if you guys are late to the game, know that there should be at least 7 videos for you to watch. On that note, I'm gonna stop yelling because I'm so hype, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next reaction.